hairdresser. I did my flu shot. We got our shipment in 2 weeks ago. And every time it comes in, let me get it right now because we're always exposed. And so I did my flu shot the Monday, and then the following week I went and had my hair done, which was I think the Tuesday or Wednesday. And so my hairdresser said, I've just been having a little cough, just a little cough. Well, lo and behold, 2 days later, she says on Facebook, she said, I had to give in and go to urgent care because I started feeling so bad, and I have the flu.
Wow.
But guess what? Everybody who she came in contact with was exposed, and everybody she came in contact with had the potential to get the flu.
Yeah.
And so without there being any symptoms, really, she had a little cough. And I'd never heard her cough the whole time I was there.
Okay.
So that's why it becomes an epidemic, and that's why it can become a pandemic, because not enough people are being vaccinated. We do not vaccinate with a live virus. It's an inactive form of the virus. But if you think about infections, what happens is when a virus or a bacteria invades your body, our body goes on the defense and we produce antibodies to fight off that infection. The flu is such a virus that it can get to you and become so aggressive that if the flu gets to us and you have to start making antibodies, many times people don't produce the antibodies fast enough to combat the virus. And that's why so many people become deathly ill. So in order to prevent the complications that happen from flu, especially death, we want the vaccine, which is an inactive form of the virus, to be given ahead of time. That way your body makes the antibodies ahead of time. So when that flu virus comes, we already have the antibodies to fight it off.
But what happened to the people that died that had taken the flu shot?
Most of those people hadn't taken the flu shot.
But there were some of them that did take it and did die.
I would have to check the statistics because I honestly believe that most of those people are people who had not had the injection at all. The people who had the injection and passed away were people who had significant illnesses already. They weren't those healthy young adults who were dying. Those were people who hadn't had the injection. Another thing we have to keep in mind is that all the flu strains are not going to be covered, but we're going to be covered against the majority. And so I think the simplest way for me to put it is, last season you had mama and daddy flu to deal with, but mama and daddy flu got together and had baby flu. So the vaccine that we have now protects us against mama and daddy, but not against the baby strain. However, it's been my experience in my own office that people who've had the injection, if they get that funky little strain that might come along that's not covered, they're still kind of walking around. They have like sinus type infection symptoms. They're still able to function from day to day. They still want to go to work, but of course they need to stay away from work. But their infection and their symptoms are really not as bad as they would have been had they not had the injection.